Today's training is going to be goal setting for final expense telesales through scaling and building blocks. Now, guys, this is something that we believe in at my agency, United Final Expense Services. Unfortunately, a lot of agencies, your typical agencies, don't really teach this correctly. And basically, the idea is to give structure to all your goals so that you can easily hit milestones like one by one, including all of your income goals. And yes, this is a great time to give this video a thumbs up, and we suggest you subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new final expense sales training videos and insurance content like every week. If you'd like a copy of our objections and rebuttals cheat sheet, we do ask that you stick around until the end of the video. I'm going to show you at that point how to get a copy of this very important document for yourself. And with all that behind us and all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. When we talk about business growth for life insurance and or final expense sales, it really comes down to like two main things. The first is to not give up, like literally just staying in the insurance game. You got to build up your knowledge and get through your learning curve, and the only way to do that is to stick and stay. As weeks go by and they turn into months, each month that passes by is going to get more profitable for you. The leads that you bought like weeks ago start to turn into sales. The deals that you've been working on start to pan out. Meanwhile, you're adding, how do I say this? You're adding on your one close sales. That's really what most of your sales should be, right? If you're working under a system like ours, a really good solid system, your one close sales should encompass like right around 80% of your total sales. And guys, remember that I mentioned that it comes down to like two main things that are necessary for your business growth. The second is all about making presentations. Just like at the gym, you got to get in your reps. Presentations and presentations and more presentations. The more presentations that you make in a shorter amount of time, the sooner that the light starts to come on and your business growth starts to just like take off. Which is why it's important to get in at least, I want to say at least 6 to 8 presentations per day throughout your very first week and through your first month. Unfortunately, most agencies can't really provide that, and therefore, I really believe that's why most agencies have such a high failure rate. Bottom line, the only way you can fail at final expense telesales is if you quit. If you give up before the light comes on. You know, if you walk away. Stick and stay. Get in your presentations and grow every single day. And I've always believed that really, to me, it's really important that you simply work on like one thing at a time. So if you're having issues with the application process, work on that first. If you're having issues with closing sales, work on that. If you're having issues with building rapport or maybe like overcoming objections, work on one or the other. And if you're having issues with like all the above, the key is to work on one thing at a time and then move on to the next. This is how the building blocks work, so to speak. If you try to work on several things at once, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get overwhelmed, and that's when you'll most likely give up and walk away. The key to building a home, to like building a house really, is to place one block at a time. This works even better for insurance agents. One of the things that we give all of our agents access to is a spreadsheet where they can actually keep track of like the amount of leads and appointments that they get, how many presentations they make, how many sales they make, and like so on and so on, like everything. By using this tool, you can, how do I say this, not only keep track of what your sales numbers are, but you can also have something to build on and base your weekly goals upon. Let's talk a little bit about scaling your advertising budget and or your leads budget. Now, again, at our agency, United Final Expense Services, we do recommend that our new agents start with an ad budget of right around $1,000 for maybe their first week or two. With our appointment funnel system, this will get you like probably around 15 to even 20 appointments per day, along with an additional 15 to 20 leads each day. So when you have like 18 appointments and an additional 18 leads to work each day, you're going to get in around, I want to say around 4 to maybe even 6 presentations each day. After the first couple of weeks go by, you've gotten more comfortable with the presentation script and the application process, And this is usually when I would recommend, to our agents, they start increasing that budget by at least $100 or maybe even $200 per week until they're maybe at like $1,500, $1,600 per week. You see, with a $1,500 budget, now your calendar is booked pretty darn solid. And that's when you're going to be getting in, I want to say, at least 6 to 8 presentations every single day. The idea is to speak with more and more people each week while you're getting better and better. So the idea is by the time you've had a month of telesales under your belt, you've cut through a lot of the learning curve and are seeing like a realistic view of the financial potential of your business. So let's move ahead and say you've been sticking and staying for at least 2 months. Now that you've scaled up and you're getting in that 6 to 8 plus presentations each day, you should be closing right around 1 to 3 sales each day, assuming that your average commission level between the guaranteed issue sales and the regular sales is around 90%, and the average annualized premium per sale is around, let's say $850 is what it should be. At the end of the week, you're looking at approximately $7,000 of annualized premium, which inadvertently should be at least $3,000 to $4,000 of advance monies, and that's including the fact that 20% of the sales are not going to be taken by the clients. We know they're not going to take them all, right? And that's not including months 10, 11, and 12. Remember, we're just talking advance monies right now, and we're assuming that you have, how do I say this, like no more than maybe 20 to 25% of guaranteed issue business. By the time months 10, 11, and 12 roll around, you're a seasoned professional, your commission levels have been increased by your direct upline, and now you're on target to easily earn, I want to say anywhere from maybe over $100,000 per year to maybe, if you end up being really good, you'll make over $300,000 per year. And this is why we sacrifice all of our time and a lot of money in the early months of the business. And this is what we're seeing. These are exact numbers that we're actually seeing from some of our agents. The first year is always the hardest, but if you put in the work and the sacrifice, you don't give up. You keep getting better and better. Your goals and your expectations should be accomplished. Once you get to a certain point, it gets really easy and starts to feel natural. For those of you who would like free final expense telesales training, just click on the link above. This thing's going to take you to our 3-part series that covers like everything you need. If you'd like a copy of the objections and rebuttals cheat sheet that I mentioned earlier, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more info on our top producer remote agent telesales platform, that way you can get like 30 appointments per day, not exaggerating. Just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. So get on that headset, guys, and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.